Hi, Libra Anarchy here, responding to Latham Way in defense of the Unmade Bed. And just to give you a bit of background about myself, I still occasionally do art because I enjoy it, and I've I've been to art school. Though I admit to having flunked out, but it wasn't because of the art. It was because of the other classes I didn't keep up with. Um, and in high school, I was, huge to art, did a lot of art. Um, yeah, and there was like I was offered the chance to go to something called a magnet school for art, and because I was moving, I couldn't do that. And I don't know what a magnet school is aside from some kind of special school for students that excel. And um, oh well, shit happens, right? Um, so yeah, I mean, I empathize here. How um see, my bed is a piece that's it's not really my cup of tea, but I empathize with you that some people just look at it and say, well, pfft, that's stupid. They don't even think about it. They just say, well, pfft, that's stupid. And that, but it's obviously something that you feel really passionate about, and you feel it's a masterpiece, right? But let's see. Now, but having been to art shows, and I've even gotten away with some of this too. Do something that is semi unique or semi quirky, and I've had people just sort of ooh that's, and maybe it was a mistake that I made, or maybe it was just kind of something I just kind of pulled out of my ass. Well, this might be fun, and then somebody else comes along and, oh, what are you? What does this mean? And it's funny just to sit there and let people look at a a blue block of wood and interpret a blue block of wood or something. I've been to art shows where I and don't get me wrong, I do like some modern art, but oh my goodness, I've been to art shows where somebody pulls out something like a white canvas with a black streak on it, and I'm sitting here like, and then I'll move to the next piece, and maybe it is a clay sculpture of an oblong ball or something, and I'm like, huh, you know, and it's just, I mean, I I'm not saying that artists have to conform to certain rules to suit my tastes. We all have different tastes, but I will never ever deny that people in the art world can get very very pretentious. And I mean, I understand how you don't like people just not thinking about a piece of art, not even bothering to even try to get what's going on, and then they say it sucks. But sometimes, and I'm not saying my bed sucks, okay? It's one of those things. It's not my cup of tea. Um, and it is just a matter of taste, there is a sculpture near my neighborhood that I don't know if a business paid for it or a city paid for it, but I look at it and I think, wow, that is a huge waste of money. It's a big white piece of metal that is slightly curved and then stuck in the ground. Well, it's like a pole, and so there's probably like a stake, but it's like a a little white pole with this big curved piece of metal on it. And it's kind of curved like this, where it twists just a little bit and it's curved. And I look at that, and I've actually tried to figure out, is it a logo? Is the sculptor trying to make use of negative space? Is this supposed to be decorative? Is this supposed to kind of flow with the landscape? By the way, it doesn't. And no, I can't make heads or tails of this white bent piece of metal on a pole that's more than twice as big as I am. It's ugly. It's an eyesore. It sucks. It sucks. Sometimes art sucks. I don't think this is a mat. I really don't think that hunk of metal out there is a matter of taste. I don't think it's a matter of the artist was trying to say X and I'm just not getting it. I don't think it's a matter of somebody just being quirky and unconventional and kind of hitting upon something. No. It's an ugly piece of metal. That's it. So yeah, you know what? So sometimes artists get very pretentious, and sometimes fools will look at something that is just that yes, any fool could do and say this is art, and somehow ascribe meaning to it. So yeah, I mean, there's two sides to every story, and so. And again, I'm not trying to insult your taste in art, and I'm not trying to insult any piece that you like, and I'm not trying to say that modern art and conceptual art, and even some of the, like Dadaism, I don't like Dadaism, for example. I can respect it. Supremism, I don't like it, because it's just, let's do art for the sake of art, and there's no meaning. It's just, you have shapes that are supposed to make your eye do things. You're supposed to notice this first, and then that next, and then your eye's supposed to go around here and see this thing over here. It's a bunch of shapes. I can respect it. It's not my taste, and I'm not saying this sucks, but sometimes art sucks. And sometimes artists get pretentious and people follow along like lemmings to things that any fool could do. So, okay. So now this is filler, and that's my 2 cents. Hope you enjoy it. And hope YouTube doesn't cut me off. This is filler. That's the filler, yay.